Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Happy holidays to everyone. So, I got a short video for you. I'm not going to go too long because I'm getting tired. And my bed's made, and this woman is almost ready to go to bed. So, I have an update for you all that you might find to be more than enjoyable this Saturday morning on December 5th, 2020. So, everyone has been complaining the last 48 hours about no stimulus checks. Now, I've said this before. If you were going to get a stimulus check, you were going to get it before my birthday, August 9th. Now, today is December 5th. Now, in approximately 6 days, everything will be finally certified with another 9 days to go for the full Biden-Harris job. Fortunately, in the meantime, Donald Trump's lost. Now, I know my moderators, they're on board. They would be kind of, like, you don't know this. Yes, I do. I've called it. They should know that someone like me can at least getting visions from God will tell you what's going on. So, with 19 days, give or take by the clock, I should pull it up for you. It's on my, right here. I hope the volume is off because I really do not want the volume on. So, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here for a second because I need to check something. All right. So there's about 19 and a half days left of Christmas now, right here and there. So the problem is we're not here to talk about clothing. We're not here about talking about anything but stimulus checks. All right. So there's $1,200 laying around, all right? There's too many people basically making clickbait bullshit stories. Now, between now and 6 days before they go home to recess, that is when you'll know if you get a stimulus. Now, if you do, we should know something by next week. They got to hammer out the bill by Monday. Now, Mitch McConnell is really upset, and I'll tell you why. There's a couple of reasons why. Really great big ideas why. They're great answers, I tell you. Great answers. You're going to love the answers. Sorry, I've seen the Comey rule too many times. All right, let's get to that bullshit here. The American people are hurting. You see Mitch McConnell passing a cheap-ass $500 billion bill to say, this is all we need for the country. We all need this for the country. We need this for the country. And then you got someone that's offering something like a $908 billion bill. But guess what the $988 billion comes with? No $1,200 a person. That's $300 billion alone, or $400 billion. They don't want to park $300 to $400 billion because they don't want things. You know what? I was reading some comments of some videos. Okay, people sit there and think I'm a dick, I'm a bitch, I'm a cunt, I'm a hoe. Has anyone realized the American people are sitting there fretting over $1,200, which will go just like that? And then that's it. $1,200 gone. So what they're trying to do is people are sitting there, right? And they're bitching about it. They're like, well, all these people are bitching. However, who's the one who wants stimulus checks? I'll tell you who it is. People like you, the American people that need it. Yet they want to get PPP loans. So yeah, for the struggling people that live in apartments and all this shit, they need $1,200. What about the fucking people? And I say this with love when I say fucking people. What about the fucking people that turned around and lost their homes? Lost their homes. We're supposed to just turn around and say, okay, cool. No, we're not. $1,200 could help them get into a small apartment once they lost their house. And that's their story. But American people don't talk about that. They're only worried about corporate fat cats. Let's bail out airlines. Let's bail out this. Let's bail out our friends. And then, let's give them liability. So, you see, I'll tell you what Mitch McConnell's doing. He's killing off the American people. The way he's doing it is this. He should retire. He turns around and he goes, well, today's a great day for American people. Yet, he basically wants to screw over every one of you hardworking Americans. Why? Because he has nothing better to do. He doesn't have anything better to do. He turns around, he laughs, he plays, he cheats, he steals. And yet, American people are suffering. He wants big fat cats to get bailouts, but he doesn't think the average Americans like you should have $1,200 or $2,400 or $4,800. So what's he do? He turns around and makes a deal. $500 billion. We're going to give schools and coronavirus stuff and liability protections. But you know what? They're not going to give them liability protection because you know what the liability protection does? Every fucking person is smart enough to know that the liability protection basically sits there and says, well, turns around. Let's just say Moderator Hannah and Moderator Pee Wee and Moderator Fumble Bum and Moderator, all the mods have to go to work, right? And they're like, you will go to work, and if you get a virus, you can't sue. Well, that's what they want. They want to fucking revamp the economy by fucking putting people to work. How safe is basically sending someone to work for their living? You can't do it. I mean, literally, he wants liability, he wants this, he wants that. But because he can't get liability for 9 fucking months, look what he does. He turns around and he crushes everyone's skull. And when he does, is he sits there and crushes it. He doesn't give 2 shits about the American people. That $1,200, right, should be in the American people. Bernie Sanders got up. Now, I'm not a big fan of the big socialism economic guy. But Bernie got up and said, look, I don't support a stimulus package for $908 billion if the American people don't get funds. The American people don't get funds. American people's entitled to $1,200. They're fucking screwing them over to give PPP loans and unemployment extension. And the unemployment's only good for a month. Now, Congress has their own ideas how to do it. They want to do like 6 months of unemployment and get back pay and 6 months concurrent, from what I understand. And then they want to do at least $200 billion for states and local municipalities. They've never gotten that. And Mitch McConnell's never got liability either. So those are the 2 main sticking points. But now that the election's over, they only got 2 seats to worry about. Georgia. Think they give 2 shits about the American people? No. The other reason that Democrats is fighting for the American people is because look at the Democrats. They like to give handouts. Fortunately, what's going to happen if the Democrats sit there and they sit there and they say, okay, well, we had an offer of $1.9 trillion, but we couldn't take it because it was too low. Problem is, it wasn't fucking too low. The problem is, it's fucking Moscow Mitch. He wants to fucking take away everything. If he could sit there and get away with $500 billion bill once, he could sit there and say, I'm whistling Dixie all the way home. But guess what? He ain't whistling Dixie because he got fucking shit on. He got literally shit on because you guys don't get your $1,200. For the last 9 months, since the last stimulus passed, and it expired, and they had to tap into FEMA funds. And so FEMA funds are going to be running out. You do know by the 11th of the month, they can't get a bill hammered out and put into legal jargonese. By Tuesday at the latest, they can't vote, which means no stimulus check. And you know what? The American people deserve to catch up on their bills. But you know what they want to give in this $908 billion bill? They want to give money for, like I said, hospitals and schools, money for the vaccine, money for PPP and small business, and bail out anyone like airlines and all that shit. But where's their $1,200? Where's the freaking person that gets the unemployment check and maybe has they're like, they own their own business, they got to collect unemployment, but they also got to get a PPP loan. So where's those people for the $1,200? You know what? I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you why the American people don't get $1,200 fucking dollars. And I'll tell you, literally, you guys can sit here and watch my channel and say I'm a crackpot. That's fine. I don't give a shit. But why don't you wake up and smell what you're shoveling for Saturday morning, and I'll tell you the fucking truth. Because I never sugarcoat it. The reason they don't want to give you measly fucking guys $1,200 is simple. They don't have to. Plain and simple. They're looking to bail out all the corporate things. They want to crush mom and pop shops, throw them all out, and then fucking move in with Subways and everything else to move in. But there's no money. No one's buying Subway. No one's buying sandwiches. But you can sit there and say, oh, Rita's cuckoo. Maybe, but what about this? The American people are bitching. What's this time of year? Christmas. 19 and a half days till Jolly St. Nick comes down your chimney. Where's your stimulus check? 19 days. If they passed it on the 11th, you would be getting the first checks Christmas Day or the day after Christmas or the day before. They can't just speed it up. The Treasury Department would just sit on its ass and make you wait anyways till January because they don't care. I mean, my moderator Pee Wee was here. She'd probably agree with me. They don't care. I mean, look. You look at the calendar. If they pass a bill by the 11th, it wouldn't hit till probably January 1st or 2nd, which means it'd roll over to January. So even if they pass something, they don't really have to. So Mitch has to stall it long enough till January 5th comes. And then if Georgia basically flips blue with the two Democrat or Republican runoffs, where's your money? $1,200 you're not going to get because of two reasons. One, the Republicans don't think you deserve a fucking dime. Two is they think you're going to fucking waste every fucking $1,200 check you get right now at this time of year for Christmas, which you're entitled to. Christmas is going to suck without it, you know. And being a woman that I am, I see how many people are hurting, literally. There's people coming together in this community, in our own moderating community. I'm still waiting for Sassy to get back to me, but in the moderator's position, I am waiting for everything. I mean, look, let me put it this way, okay? My moderator one of my mods sent me a present. Didn't give me the tracking number or nothing. Package supposedly shipped, I think she said yesterday. And yet, it was supposed to be delivered 3 days ago, 4 days ago. By the calendar, I don't remember what she said. But guess what? Never showed up. Whatever she sent me, we're in a panic to the point where the fucking USPS, Postal Service, USPS, FedEx, Airborne Express, DHL, UPS, FedEx, those things. They're all stealing fucking shit. Look at the fucking minister. He sends me a package that never comes. And then he's like, oh, well, I guess you don't need it that bad. And yet, people are stealing because they got to afford something, or can't, be stealing because they can't, I should say, afford. And yet, the American people are suffering to no freaking end. The American people are suffering to the point of no return. We need to make life better. Make life better, well, you get the idea. We're basically sitting with $1,200 you're not going to get because they want to make it a short deal, and they're hoping. Here's what Nancy Pelosi happened, all right? People are bitching, oh, Nancy could have took the 1.4, they went from 1.4 trillion, this is the White House, by the way, to 1.9. Well, if Nancy took the $1.9 trillion, we wouldn't be in this position. The problem is, even before the election, and when the White House was raising it to get the voters in, what happened? The voters went for it didn't go for Donald Trump, went for Biden, right? So what happened? Well, the White House doesn't give a shit now, but the American people, that's where the kicker is. The American people turned around and screwed up left and right. Why did they screw up left and right? I'll tell you why. The American people, seeing their Christmas present money going down the toilet. The Republicans don't want to give a fucking dime. If they can bail out everyone else, and slow down the virus, they will. But they don't care. They're basically saying, oh, the virus is tired, and then virus is killing. And they're like, oh, well, the virus. And I mean, literally, the problem is the American people are suffering. They're not getting any help. Other countries are paying monthly. Where's our where is the American people? They went from July to December with no fucking money. And then you guys turn around and bitch to me. Oh, well, what about our, I mean, look, Republicans know so many fucking idiots with $1,200 would go buy an Xbox and a PS5. I mean, literally, is that really worth it? I mean, literally, do you really want to be known as the guy that spent your $1,200 fucking dollars not on supplies but fucking other things? I mean, look, the American people are suffering. All they think about is fucking money. But you know what the problem is? Republicans are right. Republicans are right for one point. They turned around and they don't want to bail out your guys' ass. You guys buy too many fucking goodies. And you can sit there and say, oh, you're a bigot, Rita. I'm not a bigot. Point is, listen to what I'm saying. The American people spend too much. When you spend too much, what happens? The American people spend too much. They don't think anything about credit. They just sit there and they buy credit, and then they spend credit, and then they spend credit, and then they spend credit. Guess what happens? The American people fucking suffer. Suffer. You turn around and you suffer. Americans aren't. You suffer. I mean, look around. Cash on the barrel, right? Doesn't work anymore. What are you guys doing? You're sitting there griping, oh, but I had $1,200 I buy me my new PS5 because I'm a fat ass and I want to sit in front of the couch and eat bonbons and play it. Thing is, the government doesn't owe you. The fucking problem is the poor people, they're worried, okay? The poor people are worried. The non-poor people that own houses, these people turn around and have too many fucking kids. Kids cost money. They think, oh, this is great. 800,000 plus. Probably by the time we get through this pandemic, it might be 900,000 per kid for 18 years. But where's the money? Then they turn around. They're like, oh, well, it's great, I have kids. But where's the money? You see where I'm saying it? While you guys sit there and bitch, moan, gripe, complain about whatever it is, and you're saying, where's the damn money? Where is the money? Ugh. Sorry, I'm itching my foot. Sometimes you get itch. I mean, there's all these like little spots around it. No one knows what the fuck's going on. I mean, I got all these wounds on my feet, and yet they don't want to fucking, I don't know how to explain it. There's just like these little dots all over my feet. And I'm growing on my hands too, so I don't know what's going on. Some say it's a rare disorder. But anyways, so the stimulus checks, there's not going to be $1,200. If they give you a miracle, you're going to be fucking seeing them all duke it out. The problem is they're not going to allow it to get duked out. They're going to sell you all up river. That's the plan. They're going to sell you all up river. That's the thing, you know. So basically, there's not going to be $1,200 at all. Thank God this side of the foot's healthier than the other. There's not going to be $1,200 for anyone. They're not going to get it by Christmas. You're going to basically all be fucking screwed. No one gives a shit. They don't care if you rot and die, okay? And they're going to take your food stamps away. Thing is, that when they do the continuing resolution, there's not going to be any food stamps. That's the other thing. Too many people are fucking scamming the system so much. I mean, look at these trannies. They're going and posting things like, I'm so depressed if I don't get my titty job, I'm going to die. So if you don't get a boob job and have everyone donate money to you, you're going to fucking die. Well, good morning, Kale. Didn't see you there. I'm itching my foot. Probably will bleed out too eventually from the wounds on my bottom of my feet. I asked Dad about it the other. You know what? I'm going to take a picture one of these days, send it to Dad. Senate's not going to agree to it. There's a fucking reason for it. They're not going to give anything into the Democrats because there's no deal for the fucking Republicans. Look at it. You want to sit there and pray like hell you're going to get $1,200. You want to pray like hell you're going to get fucking marijuana. They're not going to pass marijuana. They won't fucking pass anything. You know why they're not going to pass marijuana? I'll tell you why. Because the fucking son of a bitch senators are fucking dumb as a box of rocks. Pay attention. Reason they're a box of rocks? If I was president, which I'm running in 2024, you don't think I would fucking stand around and be like, oh, we're going to legalize marijuana. Yeah, we're going to marijuana. You know, what? What's the problem with it? Unless we go in and do a federal mandate that it's decriminalized and every state by federal mandate, federal law basically makes it so there's a pot dispensary, which you know where I'm going with this, I hope. And then they turn around to the pot dispensary, and what do? Taxes. You see what I'm saying? Taxes. Unless they go and make it legalized and then they collect the money on the taxes, like the booze tax. Each state has a sales tax, but there's a special liquor license tax and stuff by the government collects. So every bottle's sent to the right states, and then the states collect the tax, and the government gets taxed. So everyone gets a tax scale. Fortunately, they're not going to fucking think that way. They're fucking stupid as hell. So unless we flip Georgia, and we literally flip Georgia, you're going to see complete fucking gridlock for the entire first term of Biden, if he completes the first term, due to the fact that he's so old that Kamala Harris might have to take over. Remember the whole conspiracy things. But we're talking not about marijuana here. We're talking about stimulus checks, okay? $1,200 gone down the toilet. Why is it gone down the toilet? Because they want to give everything but $1,200. They don't want people getting $1,200 before Christmas. They want to make it wait. And as I told this to Pee Wee and the rest, they're going to make it wait by basically punishing. See, what's going to happen is this, all right? They're going to go and hammer out a bill over the weekend. It's going to be big news. Everyone's going to bitch about the $1,200. And then it's going to pass the Senate more likely first because it's Mitch McConnell's crap hole fucking shit job. And then the House is going to deny it, saying, well, you know, or the House might just tell everyone up whatever and say, no, well, that's what I'm Pelosi and we're going to pass this at $900 billion and get over it. The problem is the White House made the increments from 1.1 to 1.9. Correct me. I'm correcting. Instead, Mitch McConnell's like, oh, it's too much money. I'm going to be whistling Dixie all the way home. They're not going to pass anything. So unless he basically loses Georgia, which they're basically trying to hold on to Georgia due to the fact that they're basically doing things, they're going to hold on to Georgia. And if they hold on to Georgia, you ain't going to see shit. You're going to see the entire country go into a Great Depression because no one can debate and argue with other people why they're fucking arguing. I mean, basically, it's like this. Let me put it this way. You got Republicans and Democrats. Republicans want what they want. The Democrats want to give people other people's money. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So what happens? The Republicans turn around and say, well, you know, you got taxes, you got this, you got that. We need to do something. Fortunately, it doesn't work. So Your $1,200 down the window. And because Mitch is cutting it out, he thinks, oh, the economy is great. Really? You look at the job numbers that's going up. By the time he gets around to January, there might weekly job numbers might be 2 or 3 million more unemployed. Then what? He's going to give more unemployment. He wants to give 1 month of unemployment and then taper it down for 2 months. What type of fucking idea is that? Oh, well, the vaccine. I mean, my father-in-law said the vaccine should be May or June, if they can do it. Now, they're running an emergency trial now. What if the vaccine fails? Then what? We're back to square one. You see, I told you this. They're rushing it out. That, remember Donald Trump said, well, the vaccine comes out before or after the election, we're doing good. Really? Father-in-law and I were talking about stimulus checks, right? They got this idea to give you $1,500 to take the vaccine. Dad didn't know this. I told him. I shared him info on Zoom. Dad turned around, and the only question he asked me is, well, that's a great incentive. Are you going to take it? And, Gail and Pee Wee and the rest of the group knows my answer. Nope, it could be the sign of the mark of the beast. And of course, it didn't go too well with everyone else, but what's going to happen? We're this close to Christmas, and if you didn't plan your Christmas properly, you're fucked. There's so many people sitting there going, oh, well, I need a great Christmas, but I'm not going to get one. There's grandmothers, there's great-grandmothers, there's mothers, there are all these things. I mean, back in the 1980s, if you weren't buying high-premium shit, you could get it all done on layaway and get Christmas done, no trouble. But nowadays, it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Because everyone in the world has to have a rabbit. Look at him. Hi. And before you ask, he's not a cat. Hi, how's Mama's little Boon Boon? Name's Ebony, by the way. He's my friend. Hi. Oh, come here. Don't get scared. You know me. You know I've heard you scared. I've also seen you nibble on my finger and it hurt. We're friends. We've been friends for 2 years. I've always taken good care of you. Come here. When you have something this precious, you just gotta adore it, Hi. Got that new bunny bag coming soon, too, for Christmas. It'll come soon. Basically, you could sit in a dome, and when I walk around town, you get to sit there. You get unlimited water and food with you, and you get to travel, and it's waterproof, so it doesn't leak. So we get home, we clean it, and we dry it. And then you, my little furry little friend, gets to sit there and enjoy the vacation. Come here. For anyone who thinks of it, he is not dinner. There you go. Go on in. Check yourself, little boo-boo. The American people need to realize that I've been right completely so far. Christmas, no presents. Why? Because no one takes advice. They think the government will bail them out. When the government doesn't bail them out, they get angry. They curse the government. They curse the government. They curse the government. Oh, the government's lazy. Mitch only wants to give $500 billion. He thinks that's all it needs to bounce country back, but he doesn't know what he's getting himself into. And the reason for it is he doesn't want to pay stimulus, is he thinks, no, this is the problem, okay? Now, I know Gail and Pee Wee and the rest of them, they think, I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, since Gail's here, let me give you an example, all right? I'm going to use Gail as an example. Gail voted for Trump, okay? Pee Wee voted for Trump. A lot of people did. But because Donald Trump was positive he was going to win the election, no offense, we're not going to go into election fraud scandals. When the election was over and they started counting the tally up, And there was no Donald Trump in the equation for the 2021 presidency. Guess what happened? They didn't give two shits about stimulus. They said, fuck it. They want to do everything but stimulus because they're pissed off at the American people and voted for Biden. But the only way Biden's actually going to pass any fucking real legislation is if he's got Georgia. I mean, look, let's put it this way. If he gets Georgia and they vote him in, there's going to be a lot of sweeping legislation because he's going to have both House and Senate, presidency, and he can basically redo the stacking of the deck of the Supreme Court if he wanted to, which he could. Then what? I mean, look, because Donald Trump did so many things, and the whole court things and this and that and all these fucking things mainstream media did, he turned around and said, fuck it, Mitch McConnell wanted Trump in again. But instead, what do we got to deal with? No stimulus. Stimulus ran out in July, but the problem is not Nancy Pelosi, but Mitch McConnell. White House offered up to $1.9 billion. That could have given us stimulus checks. You could have had a stimulus check by election. Instead, what they do, they gutted us all like fish, threw us away like garbage. Why? They don't care. American people are suffering. Look at this. My state. People are challenging the Constitution of Washington State, saying that their stores should not be closed because they're losing money and they can't support themselves, and the fucking government can't do it. You know what the problem is? People, here's the problem with history, okay? In the 1900s to 1929, let's just say 1899 to 1929, okay, 30-year gap. Stock market was fine. Everything's great. No crashes. Everything's great. All of a sudden, it crashes because people are using credit to buy stocks to get rich. It was working. The banks failed and everything else failed. And people did not put any money fucking away. And then you got these freeloading bastards always complaining they don't have enough food or enough money and stuff. But they had to buy the latest this and the latest that. And, people are like, oh, well, we need to live and we can't live because we're suffering. Only reason why suffering is because he didn't put anything back. Look at all these fucking people turning around being like, oh, yeah, woo doggy, I'm going to get me a 90-inch TV for $9.98. But you spend $9.98 for your TV, where's your food going to be when you can't get any? Grocery stores are being picked clean by the bone again. People are panic shopping. They're not thinking about Christmas presents. They're thinking about surviving. But you got these fucking people on Social Security retirement, Social Security disability, SSI, Social Security retirement, Veterans Railroad. They're all fucking thinking one thing. Bonus money? And that we voted for Biden because we couldn't afford to keep Trump because he lies and he wasn't going to give stimulus. He was going to give it. The problem is Mitch McConnell is playing his own damn game. You had the White House trying to negotiate for the American people. You had the fucking Pelosi we're trying to do something to make the bill big enough to make it last till a vaccine came out. And you had Mitch McConnell sitting back going, I'm whistling Dixie all the way to the bank. Because he doesn't care. I mean, literally, how many fucking people realize today that you guys got fucking shit on? Now, here's the problem. I'll tell you the problem. Okay, there's two problems to this problem that can be solved. One, you take Georgia, and then you get your stimulus in February or March. Two, you raise hell like every fucking person out there is doing right now on YouTube, making $1,200 is not going to be, you're not going to get it, but everyone else gets it, but you don't. Why? They don't want you fucking taking your money and making Amazon richer. They don't want you to make Target richer. They don't want to make Wally World richer. They want to fucking screw over you fucking people. Plain and simple. The American people are suffering to no end. And you guys sit there and say, oh, well, it could happen still, yes. But there's only a 5% chance that they're going to pass a bill that's going to give you a stimulus. Bernie Sanders and 6 other senators said, if we don't give the money to the American people, I can't support it. Mitch McConnell's counting on that because Mitch doesn't want to give you a fucking dime. So Mitch is counting on the bill's dead. He goes home for the fucking recess. He eats a nice prime rib dinner, and you guys get to go hungry. And you guys don't get Christmas presents. But he doesn't care because he's a millionaire. All he gives a shit about is himself and his family. And yet, if Georgia flips and he becomes Senate minority leader and Chuck Schumer becomes Senate majority leader, Pee Wee knows this as well as I do. That means New York gets more money, California gets more money, and Kentucky gets jack shit. I mean, literally, they'll get a little bit of money, but not like they're getting now. I mean, if you got a guy in Washington State, for example, or a girl, who basically won the people, became Speaker of the House, and then also Washington State's getting the most money, you think Washington State's not going to do anything they can to keep the Speaker of the House in from Washington State to keep funneling money to them? No, they will. The thing is Mitch McConnell doesn't care. He says, oh, we'll bankrupt the country. Well, doing nothing is bankrupting the country. Look how many people are going to lose their homes. 40 million people still. That's what I said a few months ago. Eviction moratorium ends, we're all kicked out. Or at least people that have a home gets kicked out. I've been through a lot of hell lately in my housing. So, your stimulus checks. So, first problem is being solved right now. Too many people out there making videos saying no $1,200 like me. But I don't make money. I don't make a living off it on YouTube. Then they'll go and they'll do things and complain about it. But the problem is the American people don't have the fucking cojones to turn around and fucking call their senators and say, pass a stimulus check that gives us at least $1,200 a month back pay or $2,400 a month back pay, or give us 4 checks totaling $9,600. They might be able to make it a bit, but without any money, and they're living on no subsidized housing, they might lose their home, they might lose their car, and they're living on food stamps. What's that tell you? It tells you the American people are fucking suffering. And they don't care. They only care about their fucking businesses. Oh, we need to bail out the airlines again because they're not making money. Fuck the airlines. What about the American people? But then again, the Democrats also want to give illegals money. So the Republicans are saying no legal money, fuck the illegals, and fuck your freeloaders. But the freeloaders, in their opinion, is people on Social Security disability, Social Security survivors, Social Security retirement, SSI, veterans, railroad. Where's the money go? It doesn't go anywhere. While you guys sit there and complain, I've told you before, they're not going to give you any more. This is just a stall tactic. The first problem is they can fix it if everyone pulls themselves together and do YouTube videos, and newspapers are saying everyone's getting shit on, and everyone goes and complains to the American people and the people to get money. Now, what about the second problem? Unemployment. Unemployment needs to be reinstated. They're not unemployed. They're basically, since July, they're like, fuck it. And until Mitch McConnell gets his liability bill, he wants to make everyone go back to work and get virus. No, the American people don't need it. They're right now, the numbers are like, 200,000 at a time? Doesn't work. So the American people are fucking shit out of fucking luck. They are entitled, in my opinion, for their $1,200, but they're not getting it. So first thing is, everyone floods YouTube and Twitch and everything else. The second problem is you got to contact your fucking senators and Congress and say, look, I ain't taking this shit, But the problem is the Republicans are right. Too many people are fucking not socking money away for a rainy day. Instead, they're buying Nikes and they're buying Tommy Hilfiger and all this shit, and then they go, oh, I can't afford my house payment, my car, and stuff. And so they look for the government to bail out. Unfortunately, we got to wait till either Biden gets in, which is, we're stuck with Biden. And two, we're stuck with other issues. And that's the fucking problem in the American people. We're all being screwed. I mean, the American people screwed. Pelosi turned down, hello, Fumblebum, or I should say Dan, how are you? Fumblebum, Dan, you know damn good and well that the White House made a proposal of $1.9 trillion. But the problem is Mitch McConnell was not going to budge, not even on half a $1 trillion. He's had 3 bills tried to pass the Senate that failed. Pelosi just wants enough money to cover what needs to be covered, but she's asking for too much. I mean, literally 3.2 or 3. What was it? The original bill was 3.4 trillion. She went down to 2.2. White House offered 1.9. Mitch McConnell sat there and said, "Ain't gonna happen at 1.9. We'll just pass a $500 billion bill." 3 times it didn't happen. Now he wants to do a bill that's $500 billion again, even though he thinks $908 billion is bad. Look at $908 billion. Doesn't cover $400 billion stimulus checks. I mean, literally. And they're going to tap into, $540 billion they're going to tap in that wasn't used. So all they got to add is $300 to $400 billion. But that doesn't cover it. It covers schools, and covers vaccines, and covers PPP loans and PUA loans and emergency loans. But they're only giving us unemployment for a month, from what I read today. And after that, Mitch McConnell wants to taper it down. Democrats are saying no. But Mitch McConnell wants one thing: liabilities. Republicans are saying liabilities. Democrats are saying no. We need to give more. It's just going to be the same bullshit all the way to the fucking January when Biden gets sworn in, and then they're going to fucking play footsies anyways, not give a damn dime anyways, because unless Mitch McConnell loses Georgia, which personally the checks and balance should be there, at least let fucking the Senate have control, the Republicans have control of the Senate. If they lose the Senate, well, we're fucked. Guns are gone. They'll basically tell everyone to hand over their guns for a fucking $100 gift voucher at Walmart. Oh, yeah, we know this. Politicians will lie. That's what I said 4 months ago in August. I said, 4 months ago in August, my birthday time. I said, you can't trust them. They'll basically lie and say, oh, we'll give you a stimulus check before the election. That didn't happen. We'll give a stimulus check after the election. That didn't happen. Now they're talking about just doing a continuing resolution for $1.2 trillion. But if you take 1.2 and add 900 billion, that's $2.1 trillion added to the deficit, and they don't want to do it. They want to do a little half. They want to do it piecemeal because they think if they could do a piecemeal, then they don't have to pay any more when Biden gets in. But if they lose Georgia, well, but then again, you can't count on them losing Georgia. I mean, look. And you're right, Dan. Pelosi was holding out, basically, and that's the fucking truth. She was holding out for Biden to win. Now that Biden won, she's basically holding out more, thinking if she can't get her bill passed, they'll take Georgia with the 2 runoffs, and then they'll pass anything they want because Kamala Harris is the fucking breaking tire. Meanwhile, Jewish rye boy is going to be ordering Jewish rye every day with turkey and pastrami and rye, while sitting back dictating the agenda that doesn't include anything more for the American people. They'll just basically strip guns. They'll do everything they can to make us a socialist country. We're going to be, as you said, North Venezuela. Thing is, we got to prepare for the worst. People could have prepared for this a long time ago, as my grandmother would say. You have money, you sock money away. You don't fucking spend money. You spend money, you fucking are a foolish son of a bitch. And then when you basically have some basic virus, vaccine, or not, virus or pandemic or nuclear blast or whatever. I mean, literally, farmers prepare for the worst in case of freeze and drought and rain, torrential rains and earthquakes and volcanoes, whatever, right? They sock away for that reason. But people in the suburbs, they don't care. They just keep spending and spending and spending and spending and spending. And then they say, oh, look what I bought. Look what I bought. Look what I bought. And when they're hurting, I mean, like I said, there's too many people out there in the world Waiting for their $1,200 stimulus check so they can go buy a 90-inch TV, jokingly, of course, Dan. At $998. Can you eat the TV? No, because once the TV's in your house, you're watching it until the entire community structure collapses, and then you're sitting there basically wondering why you bought a TV. And yet, the American people are suffering. Oh yeah, the offer keeps going down. Exactly. I mean, look at it. First it was 3.4 trillion. Then they offered 2.2 trillion. Then the White House offered 1.9 trillion as a top. But Mitch McConnell said, nope, half a trillion. That's all he wants to give. Every day you read the fucking shithole papers and everything else, the local rags that say, Mitch McConnell, this is going to be a long shot if he passes it. But they're basically turning around and posting it on every mainstream media right now, everyone. So they don't give you a fucking dime. So they can sit there and say, oh, yeah, Mitch McConnell's deal doesn't give this. He gets what he wants. The Democrats get what they want. But the average American doesn't get $1,200 to put for supplies. So while you can't find shit paper and paper towels and hand sanitizer, well, not their problem because the working class bought it all out. And then you go and read some of these comments on YouTube of people making stimulus checks like, we're going to get $1,200. Yeah, I've heard that one so many times it's not even funny. But when someone posts, we're not getting $1,200, and I've read everything about it, and I've been staying quiet for the last few days, I finally decided, look, we're 19 and a half days to Christmas. If they pass something the 11th, the first checks would go out probably the 28th at least of December, which means it's after Christmas, and you guys have to go buy after Christmas stuff. It doesn't work. Well, yeah, see, there you go. See, I was close. See, I said 540 billion. You corrected me. Thank you for correcting me because I thought it was 508 billion. Well, they're not going to give $1,200 stimulus. They don't care because every Republican person and Democrat that I've talked to, in the House and Senate, I have friends that are, that I've known for years that, I'd love to have their job. I don't have the money they do. They keep fucking making more money. One lady went in poor in the Senate, and now she's fucking a millionaire after 20 years. She's fucking millionaire. Yeah, it makes you wonder. Corrupt little bastards. But problem is they don't want to give Jeff Bezos any more money. They don't want to give fucking any more money to the Waltons, and they don't want to give any money to the family that owns Target or Costco. So what happens? The American people don't get it, and they don't want to give it because A, they know they're going to waste it on Christmas presents, and B, then they're going to go to advocates. Look at the advocacy groups around here. They send me letters every fucking 4 days asking for money. Please do this, please do that. Oh yeah, it reminds me, I got this survey to do. What is this anyways? Alright, so I gotta fill this up. Point is they're not going to give $1,200. Not before Christmas and not after Christmas. It's like Pee Wee said, it might be fucking February to April, and that's where I'm calling it. If they can pass something now, if they control Georgia, they can pass anything they fucking want. That's what they're waiting for. They're sitting on their ass fighting it, and they figured either Mitch McConnell will say, "Oh well, Nancy asked too much," or he's going to basically say, oh, we can't pass it because Nancy won't give me liability. So anyway, look at it. It's just a fucking stalemate. Everyone's basically sitting there hoping for $1,200 measly dollars, which won't last any time. Now, with Pee Wee and Dan, they'll basically, $2,400 will keep them supplied probably for a good 6 months while waiting for a vaccine. Meanwhile, most people will invest it in things that make Jeff Bezos richer. And look at Bezos. He found a way to make more money to become more richer by taking food stamps from people and sending them boxed goods. Canned soda, boxed chips, boxed meals, pickles, whatever EBT they accept, they'll take it. You want 20 cases of ramen for the month, he'll take your 200 extended food stamps, put it towards it, and everyone's buying it. Guess what happens? He gets richer, and they don't want to make anyone richer, so they're like, fuck it. The American people, and the other thing is, like I said, in this entire debate is they know the 6 types of benefits will be wasted. Now, it's not our job to basically enact judgment on these people that spent foolishly, but there's too many people buying booze and alcohol and everything else on unemployment and all this extra stuff that they don't want to give it. They're looking at the drug and alcohol abuse. They're looking at the people that it might be semi-bipolar that have shopping spree problems, and they're like, nope, we're not giving anyone any money. And besides that, the other reason is the Republicans don't want to give it because the elderly bitched at everyone that they didn't get their measly $2,400 a month when everyone on unemployment's getting $2,400. They're getting $883 a month on SSI, and they're like, unfair, so fuck them. I mean, literally, it's basically a power play. You all are living in hope, and the truth of the matter is, no sugarcoating here, is you ain't getting shit. And when people start realizing it, they'll start unsubscribing to people so they don't have to fucking pay a dime to let someone make a video that might have 500,000 subscribers, and he makes a video, we're going to $1,200 tomorrow, whoop, whoop. Next thing you know, he's making a living, and everyone else is fucking sitting there going, well, where's our $1,200, you said? I mean, we had one moderator, fucking Twinkle Toes, that fucking kept doing this. I don't know what happened to Twinkle Toes. Last time I checked, she hasn't made a video in 3 months. And I say praise the Lord on that one. No one wants. That's the thing. Democrats don't care. They're the evil ones. I mean, literally, they'd rather watch the American people suffer. But then again, the Democrats blame Dan that the Republicans want to bail out airlines. Oh, we need to bail out airlines. Well, I'm not flying. I don't have any intention to fly. I got a service dog. And 2 is I don't like flying. So if I can't take a train to where I need to go, fuck it. Or if I can get to a train depot and then catch a boat, say, to England, I'm all for it. Oh, yeah, I'm doing my little Queenie wavy. But you know what? I'm going to say something no, Mark hasn't seen you in a while. I'm going to say something, Dan, that's going to be kind of funny, okay? Anytime okay, I'm going to do this. This is good. Brooks Hadlin from Shawshank Redemption. Anytime, Andy, the American people ask for a bailout because they're suffering, the government ass puckers up tighter than a snare drum, and they don't get any funds. No funds whatsoever. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that makes sense. I'm glad you're doing all right, Mark. I haven't done StreamYard in a while anyways, but I mean, literally, they got these ideas, like I said, $1,500 for a vaccine. How many people are going to take it? They don't trust the vaccine, because they think it's the mark of the beast, which to me, I wouldn't even take it either, but you get the point. The point is the American people are fucking suffering. Oh, yeah, and that's the thing. Now, no one knows what's going to happen for the future, Dan. That's why we got to basically prepare for the worst, because what if fucking Georgia runoffs go to Democrats? Then they control the Senate, they control the House, they control the fucking president, they can first bill, they can write gun control. We're sorry, AR-15s no more, semi-automatic handguns no good. You can have a musket. You can sit there and take your black powder, your ramrod, your ball, your fucking paper patch, and cock it, and you're ready to go. And you get one shot, and then you got to reload. Whereas they're going to allow the military to have the fucking semi-automatic weapons that can go kill mass people, 15 or 30 shots. Right? The Glock 19's extended rounds is 33, so they can have 33 magazine. They can just keep firing 90. I mean, the American people need to realize that they're not going to see a dime. That's all a fucking power play, Dan. Plain and simple. And I keep telling people this, but I keep reading these comments. People say, oh, well, what about our $1,200? Again, what is with the fucking people needing $1,200? You can't live on $1,200. You can't make $1,200 last unless you go and you make $1,200 last in supplies, and then you buy your supplies. You don't go out and buy a new TV, a 90-inch TV. I'm throwing the number out there. Actually, I was browsing something the other day. You can get 75 inches for about $600. So you spend half your check on a 75-inch TV. You can't eat the damn thing. So what happens when they run out? They go to the advocates. They're like, "Oh yeah, give me $1,200 to pay my bills," and I don't have any. Meanwhile, the advocate doesn't know they got a 75-inch TV in their damn house. And then they're like, "Oh, there, we're glad you paid your bills, blah, blah, blah." Same shit happens. It's a different day. Then they write me and they say, "We need a donation because we can't supply ourselves anymore." I mean, literally, it's just a continuing cycle to freeloaders. I mean, literally, it's bad. I mean, I sit at night watching TV till wee hours in the morning. You know, I had a Zoom thing last night with my father-in-law. And he did not know about the vaccine offer, you know, the deal they said. He said that might just basically make people feel comfortable to get the vaccine and get an extra $1,500 put towards the bills. But some people might think it's the mark of the beast. So, you know, again, it's just a bunch of bullshit. I mean, how much more can a man take? Literally, these people are gullible. They're sheeple. You got the Republicans, and you got people like me and people like my moderating team that know that this is just a bunch of smokes and mirrors. But you got the other people sitting there, the Democrats, going, $1,200 before Christmas, I could buy Christmas presents. Yet, the Republicans are like, "No, we're not cutting a check for $1,200. I mean, literally, they're going to waste it. They're going to put it out with Bezo and Waltons and Target and nowhere else. And then who gets hurt? I mean, literally, if they're going to fucking give $1,200, maybe Chloe's right. They should give fucking gift cards to one place or thing where it says you can buy groceries or you can pay your house bills and stuff. You can go down, you know, whatever. But, you know, make it so money goes to the right people. But no, they don't want the fucking grandma on Social Security retirement or survivors or disability insurance or veterans or railroad or SSI to spend $1,200 freely because they think it's just free money. I mean, you should see all these people commenting all the fucking time. "Oh, I'm on Social Security disability. I'm having a hard time. I need $1,200 to survive." It's like, dude, government's giving you 200 fucking bucks a month on food stamps. You got your medicine mostly covered, so why the fuck do you need $1,200? "Oh, well, more kids need Christmas." That's the answer I'm getting right now. Christmas is going to be shitty. Thing is if you take the money and you put it into a savings for an emergency pandemic, then you won't have to worry about surviving. I mean, they say you need at least save 4 months. Now they're saying you need to save at least 6 to 8 months in case of an emergency like this. No one prepared for it. I mean, I was watching a TV show. By the way, I finished it finally, Victoria. And this girl comes up, she's a duchess or one of the maids, and she said to them, "Excuse me, sir, can I get paid early?" And he said, "No, you must live within your means. If you can't live within your means, don't ask for a handout." There you go. I mean, literally, people aren't living within their means, and then they expect the government. I mean, look around. No, my family is not watching me, so I guess I could share that with you guys. Oh, another cross. Oh, yeah, cross-dresser. Yep. Mm-hmm. I mean, my family, right? Let me tell you what my family did, okay? I love my family dearly, right? There's too many people out there buying houses, more of a house than they can afford, and then they basically lose it because pandemic. They didn't save up, but an emergency. They got to take care of the kids. They got to take care, buy the new minivan. They got to do whatever, and then they sit there and say, "Where's my money?" My family, on the other hand, turned me around the other day, right? And it was January of 2020, I believe it was. My cousin bought a pickup truck. It was a 4x2, you know. It's basically a two-wheel drive pickup, right? Diesel powered Dodge Ram 2020 quad cab, 8-foot bed. They needed for towing trailer, right? But all of a sudden, a week ago, my cousin basically was looking around and decided, "Hey, look, I need to buy a 4x4 we're going to get $49,000 trade-in value for this Dodge pickup. So they went and financed another truck. This truck was probably about $90,000, but they're happy as hell. And now they got to drive like 1,500 miles before they can tow the trailer. Makes you wonder what the fuck's going on in the world, Buy too much house, buy too much this, buy whatever, and then you get fucking screwed. And the American people are suffering for it. You don't buy something you can't afford. It's like Charles Ingalls. If you read his thing before he was a judge and stuff, his documentary, his bio, Cash on the Barrel. People don't want to do it. They want to use credit so many things. So I'm going to check my thing and then answer, What the hell is this? Another local rag article. Let me see. Great. Another shithole story. I'm getting tired of these stories, It's like nothing's gonna change. So what's the fucking point of even fucking doing whatever, Let me see what the email came in. All right, let's go check the comments now. I have stuff I'm doing. I'm, see what's going on. I'm fumbled on those things. Well, let's see. Let's see what's going on. Republicans only care of the working people. They're not planning to help the worthless eaters. Dems only want your vote now. They don't need it. Oh, yeah, exactly. That's what I said. They're now worried about Georgia. They can control Georgia. Good morning, Pee-wee. I should be sleeping, but I had to tackle this video this morning before I take a nap for a while because I was going to make a ham later when I get up. So, and, that's what I said. I said it earlier before you came in, the worthless eaters. There's too many people out there that's classified as a worthless eater. Plain and simple. You're right on the money. And yeah, and I bet you they're going to win Georgia. No, I can tell you clearly, Pee-wee. Call me insane, call me a crackpot. I love you no matter what, but God's never given me the information yet about Georgia. That's still in the air. Otherwise, I would tell you. But I told you flat out right several weeks before the election and after the election that they were going to rubber stamp Biden, but no one listened to me. People said, oh, no. Now, with all Biden's losses, look what's happening. The fucking country is going down the shitter. And now that the Democrats have the House and the presidency, they're just hoping to get the Senate. That's all they're worried about now is the Senate. They can control the Senate. They can fuck over the American people more. And you're right. If you ever seen an epic economist, by the way, I finally saw his face recently. He's an older guy, but his voice is just harmonious when it comes to doom and gloom. I just love it, and the world is coming to an end. If the great reset with this. I mean, the guy's basically on the money, Even when they stockpiled 1,200 supplies would not be running out. It's been 18 months. Well, yeah, I mean, literally. I mean, look at me. I mean, no, I mean, right now, you said it, what was it, yesterday? I don't even have to leave my house. I mean, look at Chloe. She basically threw a fit yesterday morning. I think you heard the story. She fucking threw a fit because I wouldn't get up, take my camera, and when it's cloudy and rainy, to go take pictures around town. So she went and got my money order, by the way. She fucked up on my money order. She turned around and she fucking stuck the money order in the envelope to my cousin, but didn't fill the money order out. So hopefully the money order gets there in one piece under priority mail, and someone didn't take $700, $800, $1,000, whatever the money order was, just tashed it themselves because Chloe forgot to put the information in it. And it was raining and it was cold and it was like 36 degrees yesterday morning, PPE scares me. Oh, it scares a lot of people, Mark. Gold prices, I don't know anything about it, but I can tell you if you want to stockpile gold prices, you want to stockpile gold eagles and silver eagles because there's no tax on it. You buy bars, you get stuck with taxes. Oh yeah, exactly, Sister P. We agree completely with it. They're not fucking prepared. That's the thing. You and I prepared properly. I mean, literally, Chloe asked me, all right, Chloe might be a dumb shit, okay? But Chloe asked me, she's going out today to get a few things, maybe some salad, some rolls, and a few things. But we're going to make our ham last at least 4 days, and I'll make soup out of the rest of it. But point is they didn't plan for it. I mean, literally, I go into Chloe's room all the time, and I'm still seeing stacks and stacks of toilet paper, and I'm just smiling, or paper towels, or hand sanitizer, or dish soap. I asked Chloe for another bottle of Dawn soon, and I mean, literally, we're basically walking into a walking trap. No one believed that this pandemic thing would last this long because the non-belief. That's the thing. No one wanted to believe. Now that everyone's going around not wearing masks. I mean, look at Jay Inslee, our governor. He's basically being challenged. People are saying, look, it's unconstitutional for you to keep my business closed. Well, I can't make a living to pay for my 2-year-old and 4-year-old and my new baby on the way because you guys are closing it down and telling me I can't do anything. So they're opening up, and then they lose their business license and they lose all this crap because they're doing something. It's they're the government, the Democrats are doing stuff unconstitutionally, and I get tired of it. You shouldn't be basically saying, look, you can't go into a restaurant, sit down, have breakfast because you got to follow the things. I mean, you go around our town, it's fucking ghost town. The boats are being repossessed. The whale boats are being repossessed. The fucking grocery stores are being picked clean here and other shit. I mean, literally, no one's preparing. And me, I'm just sitting back. I told Chloe the other day, I don't really need to tap into food stamps right now because, until there's another deal at Safeway for ham and turkey and prime rib, I don't need anything. I can just sit back and be like, 19 days to Christmas. Let's see if the deals come soon. And that means I wait for my debit card and I wait for other things, but we're not going to fucking get screwed over. Oh yeah, pandemic wasn't gonna land. Now you got idiots. As Mark said, they're all fucking idiots. Mark's right. They're all fucking idiots. You turn around. I'm going through comments one by one. By the way, Mark's like, look, these people in Cincinnati or Columbus, they're not wearing masks. I mean, literally, my father-in-law basically turned around. He's taking up musical wind instruments to play. Like the piccolo and the flute and something to pass the time. I talked to him last night. When he's at home most of the time, he's watching TV. The guy turned around and told me he sent me a Roku Express for Christmas. So he's like, oh, yeah, you can use one of those and tune in to anything you need. I mean, literally, I've already bought him 3 more books. That was like $120 by itself. Oh, yeah, exactly. I read the same report too, but not just California, but Oregon and California. I mean, it's not good. I need to shop for fresh veggies, more meat, and other things that I've run out. I have 6 turkeys in the freezer. But oh yeah, I mean literally. I mean, look at us. I went to. I mean, I have access to the grocery store's emails on the island. They always email me every 3 days saying, "Oh well, within 4 hours, everything is picked clean." So that's why I haven't gone. And the farmers, they message me and say, "Oh well, September, January's coming. We'll get you your lamb then." But in the meantime, I'm like looking at things, and once my ham's done, I'll cook a turkey, and when that turkey's done, hopefully I'll replace some more turkeys. But I also have other things. I got ribs, I got hamburger, I got brat burgers, I've got brats coming. I mean, literally, I'm planning it carefully so I can stretch things out longer. But I'm not spending anything either. I'm sitting back watching TV a lot. People think, "Oh, you're lazy because you're watching TV a lot." No, I'm lazy because there's nothing to fucking do. Literally, my family doesn't realize that, but it's all good. I mean, literally. I mean, I came up with some ideas for my cousin for money, something I was thinking about. You see, there you go. I told you that yourself, Mark. The rebellions of the masks. Oh, I'm not leaving. I found my mask recently, but I'm not going to jeopardize myself leaving the house anyways. I got a treadmill. I use it. And besides that, there's another little problem, Sister Pee-wee. Chloe's been bitching about how I'm having a glass of organic milk and a piece of cheese for dinner. I mean, literally. I mean, I don't want to tap into the meat right now because, until we can get it restocked at Safeway or Walmart. But Chloe won't go to Walmart because there's a line out the doors because the state's only allowing 25% of the people into the store at a time. In LA, I heard people are being fined $500 a car on the road. Yeah, I mean, literally. I mean, in our state, they say don't travel because of non-essential travel, right? But they don't explain what non-essential travel is. People say, oh, well, what if I have to leave the island to go to the doctors? They're like, well, when you get home, quarantine for 2 weeks, unless you have to go back out to the doctors again. I mean, literally, these restrictions are fucking. I mean, me and my father-in-law were talking last night through Zoom. And I said, Dad, don't you have anything better to do? Take photography. Oh, that was in the past. I said, well, do something. Well, I'm watching TV. I'm doing my paperwork, writing sermons for the church, doing the church's business, doing the Masonic business, and staying home. I said, well, do something besides sitting on your ass watching TV. He's like, look, Rita, you're my daughter-in-law. Everyone would agree we're in a pandemic. Do you want to watch TV and eat one piece of cheese and have a glass of milk, or do you want to fucking eat 20 bags of potato chips, get fat, and basically wait and die? He's like, no, what you need to do is run your treadmill, stay in your house, and don't go out. I mean, literally. And that's what happens, And he's like, look, this is the worst thing we've ever had in our lifetime. He said, in 100 years, you just got to sit back and wait. You might not like it, but, it'll end eventually. People will get the vaccinations and we'll all be done. But in the meantime, we all got to sit back and wait. Now, he always asks about stimulus just in case, but, I mean, people needed to realize, and that's one of the things I want to talk about, is everyone's fucking bitching about $1,200. But maybe even Pee-wee and Dan would agree with me and Mark. Unless you are so damn poor you can't save a dime, you need to save what you have because you don't know what's going to happen next. I mean, I went over to a fly fishing forum the other day, right? And you guys know I have that nice fly fishing rod for Christmas for my birthday. I saved up for it. I put it away for it. And anyways, I was sitting on the fly fishing forum, and there's people talking about wanting to spend $900 for a rod, and people are like, "Oh yeah, that's great," Catch it. They're like, teach a man to fish, and he'll learn for a day, or whatever. I mean, literally, there's so many people talking about their Winston Airs and their Winston Piers, and their $900 rods, and they're like, oh yeah, if you got a $900 rod, you're doing great, but that $900 Grandpa could have spent on supplies. Instead, he's sitting there fishing every day, wondering if the pandemic will end. Meanwhile, hoping he's going to grab himself a trout to cook. Otherwise, he could have sat back and be like, "Oh yes, I got," I mean, yeah, I'm a hypocrite too. I have a expensive fly rod. I mean, literally, my cousin-in-law today. Let's talk about her for a second. Asked me about Christmas. I spent about $200 on my cousin Dinky, about $50 for my cousin Corey, and yet they're bitching that I spent too much. Yet then she says, "Oh, when's the fly rods coming? They're coming from China. They're sold out right now because of the holidays." I mean, literally. And lo and behold, no one fucking cares. I mean, literally, they're oh, I want your cousin to spend a week in his trailer fishing. Yeah, I'll do that with him, no problem, if I'm invited. But they're worried about those fly rods before Christmas. Took me 6 weeks to get my fly rod from the guy I went through. That's my dealer, for my fly rod. But yet, they're more worried about that. I'm like, look, I already spent $250 for you guys for Christmas. I spent $169 in October and November each for a 6 and 8 weight for you, and yet we wait. And then I get people telling me, "Oh, you don't need to do this. You don't need to do Christmas for people." Christmas, I like to give. I don't like to receive because it sucks. Okay, because when you sit there and you want something and you need something, right? People sit there and say, like my cousin Teddy or sister Teddy, "Oh, you need to spend $20." Oh, so I'm supposed to give you a list of things under $20. You can't live on $20. This is like impossible. I mean, literally, I spent like $300 in July and 300 in August and 300 in September. So like $900 for my sister Teddy for her Christmas. And I said I might have a few more things. She's like, "Oh well, I got a new job and I don't think I can get you anything." Then don't worry about it. Why is everyone fucking worried about Christmas? I mean, literally, is that everyone's fucking thing about Christmas? Was stick a turkey on the table or ham and enjoy yourself or prime rib? No, they gotta worry about Christmas. All these fucking people that have kids, unemployed, they went to $1,200 for Christmas, but they're not thinking about their back pay on their bills. They're thinking about, what if they get evicted because they gave a Christmas to their kids? I mean, these Americans are sheeple. They sit there and they spend and they spend and they spend. They use resources. They got to update their phone every year. Back in the old days, we had a brick phone that was like this big. And then we had the flip phone, which was smaller. Then we had the bag phone. Nowadays, everyone needs to update things. People are like, "Oh yeah, there's new phones coming out soon." Right. Sorry, I had to check on Baby, by the way. Everyone loves Baby. He's a little thumper, all right. Dan is waiting to be laid off there. Oh yeah, I mean literally, I see what you're saying. He's entitled and he needs his unemployment. I agree completely with you, Pee Wee. Problem is, most of these people they're bitching. Unemployment's going up again, and yet no one wants to give $1,200. No one wants to give $2,400. There's advocates out there saying we need at least 2 checks, maybe 4 checks, maybe 6 checks to get everything stabilized. But they're more worried about fucking Georgia, and yet everyone else is worried about Christmas. I mean, no one wants to hear my shithole stories, but I'm going to tell you guys a story soon. Oh, yeah, I agree completely, Pee Wee. He wants to. I mean, look at Governor Inslee. He thinks if he can fucking milk this system. Remember, Mitch McConnell said, and I quote, "Who cares if the government the states go bankrupt? It just means faster on the Great Reset." Well, yeah, I know what you mean. I just sent money out for a computer, right? So let me tell you first about my computer story, and then I'll go to my Christmas story. Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, look at me, sis. Look at me. You even agreed with me, didn't you, hun? You said to me the other day, "What's the fucking point of these fucking domestic violence advocates sending me a letter?" Chloe already donated $1,000 and said, "Fuck you, leave us alone." Since then, the advocate doesn't want to speak to me because of 2 reasons. One, Chloe gave $1,000 and told her to leave us the fuck alone. 2 is Chloe said, "You can't get me back into the grocery stores. Fuck you." And 3 is, and this is a big one, was the advocate was pissed off. I gave a fucking negative shithole review, which that hotel's losing money. It's a roach motel. It's a death trap. So she doesn't want to talk to me. The other advocate just got tired of giving so much money out to these freeloaders, and then coming by here, and saying, "Rita, you're so nice to me. You're letting me. I'm getting your groceries. You're sending me a hamburger marinated or a lamb roast or a steak." And she got tired of everyone asking for money. "Oh, I can't pay my electric bill. Can you help me with it?" "Oh, here you go." But anyways, let me tell you the story about Christmas. My computer first. So I was talking to my cousin Dinky. Like I said, Chloe sent in a priority invoice to my cousin, the money order. So this morning I said, "Hey, Chloe, my father-in-law and I are talking." I said, "Did you fill the money order out correctly?" "Oh no, it's just stuck in the envelope." So Chloe's sitting there throwing a shit fit. She knows my computer's dead. She's already killed 3 computers. My 4th computer she destroyed by running me into fucking curbs, getting me to the library when we didn't have internet. My hard drive failed. I had to replace that at $400 as a backup, but that computer can't. It only does spreadsheets. This computer's failing. She's like, oh, well, I need a computer. Well, you know what I said to her? I said, no, you don't get a fucking computer. You can't even fucking get off your ass. You're worried about the fucking electoral college turning against Biden, in your opinion, even though you wanted Biden. So now you want me to give up my computer. So I told my cousin today, an idea, by the way, call me stupid. But I said to my cousin, there's got to be other ideas, because if I get a computer, it's going to be dead. I said, there's got to be some idea. I mean, if I offer Chloe to use my computer, she'll be on it so much I won't even get to use my computer for spreadsheets or YouTube. But she thinks she's entitled to it because, oh, well, you know, I get this. Really, you basically moved to bikes, did this, do that, and you can't even clean this. I've been busting my ass in the halls and everything else, and she's sitting there. I mean, literally. And then she's like, oh, well, you know, yeah. And then she gets mad. Like this morning, she's like, I'm not going to the grocery store. Fuck you. I don't want your ham because, you know, you're an asshole. And you know, I told Chloe at fucking 3 in the morning to shut up and keep her volume down. Oh, I'm trying really hard. It's like, you're not trying hard enough. This morning around 6 in the morning, the fucking neighbors started pounding on the wall for a half hour while I was watching TV. I'm going, what the fuck is going on at 6:30 in the morning? Literally, I had to report that. The manager said she already got the report from another guy. And the manager said, what were you doing? I was watching Rain. No, actually, yeah, I was watching Rain. I finished Victoria, and she's like, okay. Because I had to put my TV on mute just to hear that and isolate where it was. It's coming from the ceiling because I got a little ladder out and I was like as close as possible listening. But, you know, my idea to this money that I have for the computer is, I told my cousin Dinky, I said, you know, one of the things I said is, why don't we look at other options that doesn't piss Chloe off right now until Chloe leaves? I mean, her mom won't let her leave because of the pandemic, so why not fucking buy a TV? Put a bigger TV in. I'm already using TV as is. Can't do that. Let them hold on to it in case I need it for emergency purposes. Or, you know, something else. I mean, literally, you know, there's other items I can get for my own Christmas that would entertain me, but the computer is the main thing. But the deal ends tomorrow, so I have to give more money. So I'm hoping to get more money out in the month. But in the meantime, I got to deal with Chloe and her anger because Chloe's basically turning around and throwing every shit, I don't need a computer, and all this crap. And it's like, I'm done. I mean, me and my dad were watching a movie last night on Zoom. He had to literally pause and ask Chloe quietly to shut up half the time because it was interfering with me and his Zoom meeting where he was sharing his screen so I could watch a movie with him. And she's like, I mean, literally all about the fucking grocery store. And he's like, this lady's fucking demonic possessed. She won't fucking let up. And I'm sitting there going, and then Chloe's like, "Who are you, man?" I mean, literally, Dad's like, "Look, you've ruined her computers. You destroyed her DS. She's got to buy a new DS. She's got to buy other things. Yet you have no common sense." And she's like, "Oh, we don't use that word. That's a trigger word." But point is again, I'm looking at other options so I don't get fucking lose my computer again. I mean, literally. And that's what the sad part is. I mean, I can go out and say, "Oh, I want a new camera lens and a Nintendo Switch." It'll be done. Or I can say, "Give me a camera and a Nintendo Switch," and it's done. Or I can sit there and say, "Give me a computer," and it's done. Making noise, are we? Yeah, Pee Wee loves you. Or something else, like a TV, you know, I mean, something that doesn't piss off anyone, you know, I mean, literally, I mean, my dad turned around and said, look, you got a $1,500 bike sitting in the room, she ain't even fucking using, she should have fucking sold it. There would have been extra money for meats. Instead, I'm going to use it when you get a motor on your trike. First she wants to leave, then she wants to trike, then she wants this, then she wants that. I mean, literally, I can't keep up with it. Literally, that's why I'm watching a lot of TV and going to bed wee hours in the morning or afternoon, whenever I'm tired. Right now, I'm not tired because I'm, depressed, but I'm also upset at the fact that, I'm depressed. I'm stuck indoors. I'm stuck this. I mean, literally. And by the way, we did talk, Pee Wee, about the definition of Munchausen. Dad laughed and said, yeah, another one of Chloe's mental things. You do know she called him. She called Chloe last night Bill or William from that Dangerous Sons. She flipped her lid on that one too. I mean, literally, how much more am I going to take, sis? And this isn't about Chloe. It's about stimulus checks. How people are wasting their money. Yet people think, oh well, you're wasting money buying a laptop. Well, I'm trying to make this last as long as possible. Shut it down at night, go to sleep, get up, use my desktop, use my phablet phone device, even though it's connected to Skype, and wait for things happening. I have to wait for my debit card, so I might as well just sit back and wait, But it's the way it is, But there are free gifts, and Chloe has money to buy her own. Oh yeah, I know. But the thing is as my cousin-in-law said, as long as I can keep this one going, she's like, what's the point of buying it? It's just gonna piss Chloe off. I mean, literally, Chloe doesn't want to fucking spend anything. I mean, literally. I mean, I had to make a shopping list out today, and I got to get her up in 17 minutes so she can get ready to go on the ferry today, which means I won't be able to go to bed until she gets home. So I'll be doing spreadsheets today. I got 10 to do. Hopefully, I can hammer them out while drinking Red Bull Cola. And then when she gets back, I will go to sleep. And then Sunday, I will cook a ham. But I wanted rolls and salads, But her filling up, her filling in. By the way, she's got to buy the supplies right now because my card's not active. I don't have a new card, so she's bitching about that. She wants to delay things until my card comes. I mean, literally. Now, let's talk about Christmas for a minute. People are bitching about Christmas. Who, like people said, there's places you can go to get free donations. My family does the donation Christmas tree thing. I need my computer to pay all my bills and all of my. Oh, yeah. I mean, literally, I know what you mean. I mean, literally, I use my computer for bill pay. I use my computer for finances, spreadsheets. I go to all just clean sites. I run my scans. I had scans run this morning, clean. Finally got Windows Defender running, but, Oh, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, but I'm not complaining about that. What I'm going to complain about now is about Christmas. People turn around and they don't plan for Christmas. If they basically turned around and had a trunk, and they bought a gift or two every month from January to December, they wouldn't need to worry about fucking Christmas or pre-ordering games and stuff like I do. So what happens? They sit there, oh, we need our $1,200 for Christmas. Yeah, you didn't plan for it. If you're fucking spending your fucking hard-earned money on fucking new clothes and phones and bras and panties. I mean, look how many trannies post, oh, look at my new gown I bought. It only $500. And yet now they're going hungry. And yet they're like, oh, I'm going hungry. You got to sock away your fucking money. You don't need, whatever. I mean, look at these fucking freeloaders asking for tit implants. Well, I need tits, otherwise I'm going to die. Not my problem. You shouldn't be asking during a pandemic for $10,000 for a fucking boob job either. And yet these motherfuckers are freeloaders. And yet they sit there and other people are complaining about their measly $1,200 for Christmas. Like I said, they need to pre-plan it 12 months in advance like I do every year. Then I don't have to worry. And yet I'm really, really upset. I mean, literally, we're in a pandemic, okay? Let me tell you a Christmas story. We're in a pandemic, okay? Now, Cam, of course, moderator Cam, he wanted a gift card for the Microsoft store. I couldn't do that. I went with Amazon. He's happy. He sent me a game for Christmas. Well, one of my other moderators, I look after my mods, like Pee Wee and others. But Hannah has always been hiding in the shadows, basically thumping people. when someone sits there and says, "Oh, are you a man or a woman or whatever?" Not Pee Wee. Hannah goes in and does it. So I sent Hannah a small gift card because of all her help, and I like Hannah. She's nice. Always send me like cute little pics and things about her adventures. Living in a little cabin in I think it's Alabama or Georgia, and she turned around, and I told her I'd like to send her some more money, but my card's frozen, so new card coming. So she's like, "Don't worry about it." But what I sent her, I felt bad because it was like $25. I said, "Here you go, something small, token of my appreciation for being a moderator and handling things and stuff." Yet she turned around already. I don't need to explain this, but she sent me a message and a tracking number. It says, "Merry Christmas. I got you a wool, I think it's a queen size wool blankie. Costed her more than the gift card that I gave her, and it made me feel bad." So I said, I'll take care of it. It's like this whole shipping problem with, Pee Wee saying, shipped yesterday, and then it was delivered 3 days ago or 4 days ago, and it's like Amazon's confusing both of us. So I told Pee Wee, don't worry about it. On payday on the 30th, I'll just send her another gift card because I don't want her being out of money because I feel bad. Because our fucking island's got lazy people. They'll leave the packages up above. They won't deliver. They'll say they delivered and they didn't. They say you got to sign for it and they never do. I mean, literally, in a pandemic, they cut corners. They don't want to see people. I mean, me and Pete, we talked about the story about the fucking postal service. When fucking postmaster had a fucking minivan one day. It was just completely filled with packages. I mean, the entire minivan's packaged all the way up to the 2 seats. And there's this damn like roll bar in the back, like a grate, like they put in police cars. And lo and behold, the whole thing was mine. And I had to move boxes down, back and forth, back and forth. Post lady said she couldn't do it. It was too heavy. Some of them were canned goods like raviolis and beans. And yet I hadn't soda and everything. So I had to run down and back, down and back, down and back. Postmaster should be doing it. I mean, literally. If you're a postal person, you should be unloading it. It should be on my door. I shouldn't be fucking running back and forth, up and down, burning 1,500 calories and more, moving boxes that are 50 plus pounds because she can't do it. She didn't put a hand truck in there. But the point I'm making is when it comes to Christmas, people need to realize Christmas isn't about gifts. It's about spending time with your family, enjoying a meal, having great times, not fucking worried about Christmas. "Oh, well, my kids don't have Christmas. It's going to be a shitty year." Then plan a better idea next year. Quit fucking spending your money. I mean, literally, everyone's fucking worried about $1,200. It ain't going to last. I mean, I would love to get $1,200. Hell, I'd like to get $2,400. Hell, I'd like to get $8,600 or $9,600. 4,800 or, whatever. But it ain't going to happen. But these people, they're all betting that before, and even if they pass a $1,200 stimulus, which the mainstream media is fucking throwing a shit fit for, which could basically damage the deal, which means no money anyways, which means no deal, which means you got to wait till January, February when Biden's in. Again, you just got to fucking sit there and wait, but no one wants to wait. They want to fucking bitch about it. "Oh, I need my $1,200 now." For what? "Well, I'm on SSR and I just need something new to play." So you want $1,200 to spend? "Well, I want to help the economy." I'd rather have it put it aside in case of an emergency, rainy day. I mean, literally. Now, Chloe, on the other hand, let's talk about Christmas for her. She thinks I'm mean. I'm too good. I should say not mean. Well, I'll get to the mean part. Too good for my cousin. $169 rods, 2 of them, $169 each, bought, waiting for him to come to me, and then I ship him to him, or I'll give him the address, the dealer, to ship directly to my cousin Corey. But I got Corey a gift, a book, which he can read. It's a real ring dinger, in my opinion. He'll love it. I got a copy. It's getting ready to be put on the Christmas tree. But the problem is, then I went out and I chose the items off my cousin Dinky's Christmas list. About $200 worth. Now, my cousin, I've spent probably close to over $500 for them for Christmas. And yet, Chloe thinks I'm too good for them because, people that spend that much money should at least get something good out of it. But me, I give because I want to give from my heart, not to expect anything. I mean, literally, I made a joke the other day. My cousin's like, "Oh, I got some stuff for you. Oh, I forgot to look into getting you a winter's coat because I was going to pay for it, And she's got access to Goodwill, and they got some really good deals. And I said, don't forget to check in some pants and some t-shirts. Okay. And then she forgot about it again. And then she forgot to send my package. And then she forgot this. And Chloe's like, you do all this for your family, and they're not even generous to you. I've stayed with them for 6 weeks at a time and all this. They're generous. Unfortunately, they even helped take care of the groceries when I was having surgery. The problem is, Chloe thinks because I spent over $500, then they should be spending at least $500 on me. It doesn't work that way. I mean, literally, they got it $500+ payments for their truck and their trailer and their school loans and everything else. So, until the economy gets better, but she thinks, well, you're too generous. I'm generous because that's how I am, and shower everyone with kindness. Fortunately, Chloe's got her own ideas, And yeah, my cousin sits there and she says, oh, well, what are you going to do if your computer blows up and you're going insane? Get the computer. Yet, Chloe thinks, oh, well, you spent $500. They should be giving you something for $500. I don't care. It means once a year you do it. And I don't look for myself. I look for others. And I see blessings everywhere, literally. I mean, Chloe went to get my meat. I feel blessed. Chloe went to do this. I feel blessed. Chloe did that. I feel blessed. Chloe, the things I don't feel blessed when she throws a shit fit over a computer, but that's beside the point. Point is, I feel blessed. I don't sit there and say, oh, how am I going to take care of Christmas? I mean, literally, I emailed my cousin, or not cousin, sister, and she's like, oh, I got a new job. I don't know if I can get you anything. Big fucking deal. If you can't get me anything, that's fine. My card's being shipped to me. I don't know when it's coming. Meanwhile, my other sister's like, well, I haven't shipped your stuff out. Can't get to the post office. We're locked down. So, it'll be maybe after Christmas. No worries. I'm not worried. Do I look worried? Not Chloe. She's worried about every fucking little thing. And yet, what's really unappreciative is sending a gift card to Chloe's mom to be nice since I can't get to the coffee shop and her mom hasn't even received it. It's like, I sent her an email saying, call your daughter and basically deal with their daughter. And what she do? Chloe calls up, I need to come home. Mom's like, okay, buy your own ticket. Excuse me. And that's it. I'm checking my thing, All right. So, right now Direct Express says it's in the mail pan. So I assume that means they shipped it out. So hopefully they did, but I'm basically, not worried, but people are fucking worried about their measly $1,200, or they think they don't have enough money for groceries. I mean, the food banks right now and the churches aren't giving turkeys. They're not giving hams. They're not giving anything. They send me messages asking for donations again. I mean, literally, you guys they're running thin, and it's legitimately crappy. I mean, that's the way it is, and so, I've never tried it. I remember the old Monster drinks. I missed the Monster BFG, the big fucking BFC, the big fucking can, the big 32 ounces. They got rid of those, Mark, due to the fact that too many people were having heart attacks from drinking 2 or 3 of those a day. Me, I'd get one of those down at the hardware, and I'd be like feeling blessed because I had this fucking Mondo drink that I would basically, but my husband and I, he preferred me to have the 24 ounce with the screw lids. He never liked those jumbo cans because he didn't have a resealable lid on the top of it. So, but we managed with those big cans. But, that's one of the things that you get the sugar-free ones. They're no problem. But the problem is it still can cause you heart trouble because it's too much caffeine in the system. Back on my computer watching a quick stimulus update video right now to see what is the update. The update is that they're going to try to pass $908 billion, Pee-wee. Unfortunately, there's no stimulus checks involved. Now, there's 6 senators that are fucking pissed about it, and the one leading the charge on the pissed no $1,200 per person is Bernie. And Bernie's basically saying he won't vote for the damn thing unless there's stimulus checks for everyone. Fortunately, all you're going to see is stimulus for PPP loans, and stimulus for unemployment and stimulus for housing and moratoriums and all this other crap, but nothing for the American people that are suffering. So, you know, Pee Wee, let's just cut the bullshit here, my dear loving sister. Why don't we just both say logically, because we're both adults here and we're both having a nice little debate, that they're just fucking doing the same thing they do every time people are fucking worried about Social Security running out. They kick the can down the line and then they sit back and they wait for it. I mean, if we're waiting till the 18th, that means that they won't even get the checks out till probably the 4th or 5th of January at the earliest. That means the American people's Christmas is crapped anyways, but still, I think it's funny that they did that just to piss off the people. Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't read that part. Yeah, you're right, sis. I just said that without even reading your comment. They did kick the can. So I was on the same page as you without even reading your comment. Yeah, they're kicking the can. They're just going to kick it down the road and be like, oh, we got it all done, yada, yada, yada. And then it goes down the road again, you know. The American people are just going to sit there and see themselves get shit on yet again. Literally, you know. Ooh, like that pick. Love saving these picks too. I mean, literally, let me put it this way. You know, the Bible says the old lady is got given all she had, and she's going to get into the kingdom of heaven. She gave 2 mites, while the rich didn't give anything to the donation box. She gave all she had. Well, look at Hannah, for example. Spends money she doesn't have that can get supplies and buys me a blankie. Now, I'd rather cuddle with her under the blankie, but oh well, you know, it's life. But I told her outright what made me more happier was her to spend her money for the things that she needs, not to go buy me a blankie. I mean, I'm one of these people that I'm unworthy of a blankie. I'm unworthy of gifts. I mean, literally, what do I give to the community that deserves gifts? Oh, because I give back to the community. Oh, here's a gift card. Here's a gift card. Here's a gift card. I don't expect to get things back. Instead, you know, people are like, oh, here's this, here's that, here's this, you know, or, you know, and that saddens me because I like to give. I don't like to receive. And yet, you know, we're in a pandemic. So to me, it's sad. But, you know, like I told my cousin Dinky, I like to give. Now, you know, if the, you know, my Chloe on the other hand thinks I'm too good to them and they should cough up more. It's not their job to cough up more. If they don't want to give me anything, fuck it. I don't expect anything anyways. They're just to Chloe, they're assholes. To me, I just think they're just in their own little world. But still, we're in a pandemic, you know. You know. I mean, I got enough responsibilities, you know, that I don't need to worry about it, you know. So, you know, but still, they're just kicking the can down the way, trying to hurt the American people. Now, let me ask you this, Pelosi. Sorry, Pee Wee. Pelosi's only doing this for stimulus, right? It doesn't mean the continuing resolution will be going to 18th, right? Are they going to hold up to the 18th? Now, remember what the Democrats said. They're not going to leave for winter break until stimulus is passed. Mitch McConnell's not going to give a shit. He's just going to pack up and be like, I'm going home. I'm going to have me some prime rib and lobster for dinner. Woo, 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 for Christmas. While other people are suffering. I agree with Pee Wee, but I will tell you, God's not really pissed. God's letting Satan do his own thing, literally, because the American people didn't listen, didn't follow God. So God gave them up to Satan. Unfortunately, God doesn't really punish people anymore because in the New Testament, He's love. You follow God, you won't get hurt. But a lot of people give up on God. They believe in atheism. I mean, look, let's talk about God for a minute, Mark. Pee Wee, sorry if I bring this up in this conversation, but I have something to say that's weird. Okay. Now, True hermaphrodism, Mark. They should have surgery. They should be corrected. They should be the gender they were meant. So if you have three X's and a Y chromosome, you should be whatever, because an XX is female, XY is male. So if you have three X's and a Y, you should choose your gender because, you might be more female in the mind and stuff. So it's fine. But when you have all these people that have fetishes and, want to be taken care of and think that they're tired of being a man and they're tired of taking care of a woman who screws them over and they become a woman. That's a fetish. That's something that's unmoral and unvalued. And the people are seeing this all over. They're ramming it down the throat. Chloe's sitting there the other day going, oh, Rita, Rita, Biden's going to give us all our rights and we're going to have great rights and, all this about transgenderism. I don't care. What I care about is the moral values of the country. I mean, look, Pee-wee might be right. God might be pissed, but Pee-wee doesn't realize that, maybe God's pissed because these son of a bitches didn't follow the way of the Jewish person or the Muslim or the Mormon or whoever that I'm going to say Jewish people, the ones that basically can pan out and survive during a pandemic by hoarding money, the Jews. Fortunately, most people spend it faster and faster than they get it. I mean, let me put it to you this way. In the past, people would spend and spend and spend. The Jones competing with the Smiths and vice versa. And what happens? They're broke. They buy too much house. They buy too much car. They don't think about themselves, except they do. They think not about what they can afford, but how they can compete with others. And then when something big happens, like a massive depression, a massive recession, a massive pandemic, they have no money to go to. And then they cry and cry and cry and ask for money to be bailed out because they didn't stockpile money. And maybe this is a wake-up call for them to do it. But history repeats itself all the time. They'll just go back in their evil, satanic ways, and I mean, look at the way it is. Look at the greedy people now, Mark. They're fucking stockpiling everything that ain't nailed down for the winter time because the mainstream media is basically posting fear. If we stay in our house, we might be a lot better off, to the point. Too many things in the world, I tell you. I'm going to check the ferry schedule because Chloe wants to leave soon. And I got to wake her up. She's going to probably be a bitch and be like, I want breakfast. I don't want to cook breakfast. I had eggs the other day and it almost killed me. I think it was the bacon too that did it. So let me see here. I want to see schedules. Where's my schedule? Dude, they took away the schedule info? Oh, here it is. I can't see. All right, scheduled by route. We want this one, the Annie San. So Chloe said she wanted up so she can catch I think she wanted to catch the 150, getting in at 320. Oh, wait. Leaving at 250, getting at 335, and then leaving at 420. So, a little over 2 hours. It takes her an hour and a half just to fucking take a shower. So, there goes that, Oh, yeah, we know, Mark, but there's nothing that can happen. They think because you're on a monthly check anyways, they don't care. I mean, literally, if you can't make your monthly check last, then the union payees what they're saying because there's too many elderlies, there are too many survivor benefiters, retirement, disability insurance, VA, and railroad that can't make it because they keep holding on to that free $1,200 that they don't need to do anything with because it would help them out when truly it wouldn't help them out because they're hurting. Oh yeah, I know that. But my point is, Pee-wee, is all these people, these trannies, they voted for Biden so they can have their sex changes restored, and they voted for Biden because he's doing women politicians and women cabinets and all this. And I mean, literally, the fucking transgender community needs to be fucking put back in their place. They're the problem. One of the problems. They think they're entitled. They're not entitled. Everyone wants fucking dick and fucking pussy. Whatever happened to not even thinking of sex. They should be thinking of other things, you know. Well, yeah, the virus should be getting rid of, Mark. The problem is they're working on it. But in the meantime, what about the after effect? The eviction moratorium will cancel out, and 40 million people will be homeless soon. Then what? Then what? 40 million people go homeless. We don't know who's on the eviction block or not. SSI and the rest of the benefits is 1.3%. So you might get $20 additional a year, but they'll take $15 out to increase your Medicare premium if you have Medicare. So you might get $5 after it's all done, Brother Mark. I saw a rumor, Mark. You're going to love this. I got to use the bathroom real quick, but I'm going to tell you the rumor for Pee Wee and you. Pee Wee's heard the rumor probably, but they're saying anyone on the government dole living on the government tit will get $200 additional for emergency money for government benefits, SSI, and so forth during the pandemic because there's no stimulus. So they're going to give $200 so the pandemic's over. That was one of the rumors I read about, but I had to go and debunk that one as false. They wouldn't do that because they're not that generous, and no one would give the idea of $200. We're already getting 200 food stamps, so why would they give us an additional 200 temporarily? You see what I'm saying? January is when you get it, Mark. I'll be right back. Gotta check on wake up, you know who. Maybe Eb will make a noise while I'm out, and you guys can see him make noises. All right, there we go. Feeling better now that my bladder's empty. Anyways, everyone, like I said, I had to wake her up so she can get ready to go to the grocery store. She wants ham tonight. The only reason why I'm still up is because I had to wake her up. Otherwise, I'd be in bed nice and sleepy. But you know what? Some say I'm bipolar and I get depressed easy because of what Chloe does to me. Which, by the way, I got to tell you a story about Hannah last night. She really, really disappointed me last night. Sweetheart that she is. But they are. They're raising Medicare again. It was like 144. Now it's going to 149. I think it is. So it goes up $5 a month, sis. Let me see. Let me look real quick. All right. So So it says here for the 2020 rate, sis, it goes to 145 a month. Okay, so it's going up $10. Okay, now 2021. Remember, pay attention, everyone. $145. I'm rounding it off. That's what they do. So 145 a month for 2020. It's gonna go up to 149. See right there. I just looked it up for you guys. $149. So you get $15. You lose $4, and you get $9 a month extra after your premium's covered. See? There you go. The answer's right there in the pudding. Meanwhile, this little guy might want to go out soon. Mommy, you got dishes? Yeah, I better get those dishes done too. I'm thinking I got a load to do. Okay, let's get that done real quick. Got a couple beers too. That's wearing off. So I gotta clean those. I gotta clean that. I got 3 loads to do today. I'll probably be going to sleep really late tonight if I get everything done. I also got to deal with spreadsheets today and Chloe getting to the grocery store. A few other things. You know. So apparently my cousin's packages came in like less than before 9 o'clock this morning. My cousin found it on the door, ran out, and then he went and wrapped them up. My cousin's like asking me questions about whose is what and where, and I said, "Don't worry about it. That's the surprise." Of course, she doesn't like surprises, but here's the joking thing, right? So I was trying to find a idea for computers, right? There you go. So I was looking for an option for a computer, right? Something that can appease Chloe without getting mad, right? So I told my cousin Dinky, I said, why not just go ahead and choose something else? Get a Nikon camera or Nikon camera and a Switch or a Switch and some games or something else, a new TV, but again, no reply from her, you know. So it kind of bummed me. And now let me tell you about my story about Hannah, right? So last night Hannah's talking about movies, right? She turns around, she's like, "Oh yeah, there's this great movie, and she wasn't explaining it in a way that I could understand. The only thing I said was, "Hey, let me watch this movie. It seems cool." She's like, young lady falls in love with an older lady. The older lady's being abused in an abusive relationship. The older lady's got a, whatever, right? And they live happily ever after. And I'm like, "Hey, that's my movie right up my alley. Let me see it." She's like, and it disappointed me because I was really looking forward to seeing it. She's like, well, that could be you and I, and I'm like, oh, but it was a disappointment. But what really disappointed me is out of caring so much, she went and got me a blankie, and I feel bad. I mean, literally, I told my father I feel bad because she's unemployed. She shouldn't be spending her hard earned jack, as they call it, money back then. Shouldn't be spending your jack on me, and or smack on me, and instead, she did that, and it warms my heart. But I feel bad. I really feel bad because I'm fine, and etc. And so, I mean, I'm planning, next payday to get me some deep sheets, and a new comforter, since I don't have to buy Christmas presents. And I'm going to, oh, look at this. Do you see this? He's asking for a little handout. Hello, Jesse. Now that is the most purest animal and purest soul, I tell you. You don't pay for privacy. Anyways, I'm tired, but I gotta stay awake because Chloe's going out and I got spreadsheets to do and stuff like that. Great. What is it this time, man? You know what? Ugh. Hold on. Oh, minister emails me. This Pee-wee's probably interested in this. He says, hey Rita, how are you doing? Reverend John here. Tanya received her treasure trove on Wednesday in Hawaii. Liz and Andis, you remember them, the two older lesbian couple. They have not received theirs, and they're outside of Portland. And then he says, I think your family lives outside of Hillsboro, Forest Grove area, and that's in the same area as them, and they haven't received it. Have you received your package? And I said, FedEx, UPS, whatever. I told him about your story, Pee Wee, and I said, we haven't seen jack shit. Literally, I'm still waiting for stuff to come in. And so I told him this, I said, I haven't seen jack shit. And literally, he paid like overnight shipping for some people or 2-day shipping. He said it was like $60 for shipping. And yet, literally, my dad's like, well, who would want to steal like a few candles and some tea bags? And then Dad said there was like cookies in there and a little thing of like, I don't remember what else he said in there. Cookies and some juice, I think. There's like little wafers, so they're doing communion, and there are no juice things and no cookies and no, fortune cookies. They were talking about that and other crap. And he's like, yeah, they threw some other sweets in there. And he's like, for the price they paid for shipping, like anyone would like to steal that. And there might be like, what, less than $20 of stuff in there. So I just told the minister, no, dude, I haven't gotten anything. That's the thing. I mean, FedEx, literally, I told them they're not even allowing people to sign for it. That's how they're fucking scamming people. I'm worried about my family sending me out my presents that they made me because of shipping problems, Yeah, well, take your time, you got to remember, I got to get some sleep soon anyways. Otherwise, I'll be up all day doing spreadsheets. And, I thought maybe I can kill a little bit of time tonight by doing maybe 3 or 4. Maybe we'll do it while I'm watching TV tonight without doing it. But I needed to get this video started because I need to talk about stimulus checks. So, but right now I'm still up because I got to make sure Chloe's up. She's still sleeping. I got to go and do the drill sergeant thing. Where's that hat of mine? There it is. Time to do the funny thing. My hat. See what it says, Mark? Oh, hold on. It's a little bent. I don't like bent hats. There we go. It says, once a Marine, always a Marine. Semper Fi. So let me go wake Chloe up. trying to wake your sorry ass up. You don't like the bugle? Now I'll go buy me a bugle next. I'll play it in your room. I'm going to see how bad it is. Oh, you missed it. So, why? Not my school. We know why she hates me. Literally, the wall fucking vibrating, feeling candle. We literally. My live video, so I can get it done, so I can get the snooze time in. 2:50, I think. Okay, hold on. It's like I don't know what time it is. Dishwasher's going, so I can't go anyway. So let's see. Cool hat. Yeah, it's cool. Thanks, Mark. Let me see what's going on. Sorry about the delay, everyone. Stimulus check since I was talking to Chloe. So I'll tell you a story. So this morning, I was complaining to Chloe, and I went outside earlier, and the neighbor that usually causes nothing but trouble when I had the dog off the leash, her boyfriend had the sheriff come. Anyway, she turned around, and she was asking why the son of a bitch upstairs. Literally, she confronted me, and she says, did you hear a noise? I said, yeah, for 45 minutes with pounding. I isolated to upstairs. She says, yeah, I did the same. Now, we don't. Oh, fucking son of a bitch, noisy bastard. So I'm watching TV, right? For 45 minutes, it's pure pounding. The son of a bitch is like, trying to evict me so I can make my noise at 3 a.m. For the last few nights, he's been fucking pounding the wall at like 3 in the morning and shit. So, anyways, I gotta check the fairies. There he goes again, fucking loud son of a bitch. I mean, literally, what the fuck is that fucking son of a bitch doing? It's too damn fucking noisy. What, he's fucking pounding at 3 in the morning? I'm drunk, so better burn on the. Alright, so Saturday and Sunday, 250. Alright, so 250 to 335. Alright, here's the deal. Have you heard Mr. fucking pounding? Like 45 minutes. You know the layout, so it shouldn't take too long. So it's 250. Alright. So she's gonna walk Moppy and then do her thing. So anywho. Anyways, I should be doing spreadsheets, but my thing is I'm waiting for Sassy to come back. I don't think he's coming back. I don't know what happened to Sass. Cam should tell me eventually what happened to Sassy. Been meaning to do StreamYard with Sassy and Cam, but no one's coordinating with me, so anyways. Any messages? Yeah, let me look. I'd like to sleep for at least a couple hours. I'll just email the links. That shouldn't take too long. Then I don't have to deal with that part of the project's done. So I'll go over here for a minute. Sorry. Bad habit, Doesn't take me long once you do the cut and paste method, What really takes me is oh, I didn't know that was on. So alright, so let's just get this over with. So anyways, like I said to you guys, what the fuck? Can you guys understand when I see what I did. I opened up there he goes again. Son of a bitch is being loud again. Fucking, what is it? Fucking dishwasher's bothering him. Fucking son of a bitch. I mean, literally, the manager needs to fucking do something with these noisy sacks of dung. I think they're privileged. Alright, so we'll open that one. This one. I don't want that one. This one. This one. Or this one. Alright, so then we do this. I like cut and pasting because it's just fucking simple for me to do this. Spreadsheets are different because you actually got to go into the website, get the pricing, pull the pricing out. I mean, literally, it's just a bunch of work. This is simple. It's like what I call the lazy method, but at least it works, and then I can get it done. Then when I'm ready to go to sleep, I'm good, And then when I'm done with this, I can slowly but surely cut these down. The plane, boss, the plane. All right, so we got that done. Won't take too long now. This is a real problem. I could be sleeping, but my cousin Dinky, she sometimes I think she answers better to email than this stuff because her whatever, so she can take her time and get back to me with just ideas. All right, so I'll go to Best Buy. All right, so we'll just go to saved items because it's just what I'm looking for. All right, so you see I'm done now. Then what I do is I just go over here one by one because she has Best Buy. She can do it that way too. I don't have to worry. That's what I love about my family. They're awesome people. Once this is done, we'll know more. All right, I'll send it off. And then that's all she wrote. Anyways, like I said, this video isn't about clothes, more about, stimulus checks, people needing to save some money. There we go. All right, well, enjoy yourself. I guess I'm out too because no one's commenting, so I will try to get some sleep, I guess. So, oh well, it's life. Damn son of a bitch. All right. So, everyone, I guess it's time for me to leave. Nothing I can do. Maybe when I get up, I'll get those spreadsheets done, depending on what my mood is for tonight or tomorrow. Should get at least a nap in. Should take a bath too when I get up, so I can feel better and etc. Because it's almost 1, and you guys aren't commenting, so I should leave, and get some sleep. But I will give you guys a minute anyway. I got some question anyways for something. So I had to ask Hannah a question by email. I did all my email. I do more email than anything. So dude, I was looking for something else. Oh yeah, I was gonna whatever, I asked Hannah. So if you guys aren't gonna comment, then I'm not gonna even bother with it. Mm, I'm tired of asking these questions. My cousin doesn't even gleam anything over it. Dude, I heard that. All right, so I get to wait now because I'm done with what I was doing here. All right, I'm just waiting to see what Hannah's doing. I gotta go to bed soon. I could stay up, but I can also take a bath later, and I'm just waiting to see what's going on. In about 2 hours, Chloe's got to catch a boat, so she's got to get moppy walked and a shower in. Meanwhile, ooh, not bad. That's cool. It's funny we didn't get any email today for any mail coming in today either. That's the weird thing. Anyways, like I said, if we don't get any comment soon, I'm gonna have to leave, and that's it. That's all she wrote. Which minds me and Chloe's gonna have to get off her ass and get Christmas cards sent out. So there's a pre-shipment label. Nothing. No comments. You see, 3 people are watching. No one's asking questions. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting tired, man. Now let's see what spreadsheets I can do since I'm up for a little longer. I was hoping to get something done, though. All right. Let's see. This is what we got. Well, I guess I'll do this one to start with. That'll get that out of the way. At least I got 9 left after this. I'm just tired as tired can be, Any comments? No? Oh, well, I guess after this spreadsheet, I'll go to bed. Leaves me 9 to do for this round. I mean, you guys aren't talking. I mean, literally, you guys aren't going to be getting any stimulus anyways. Let's pass. Yeah, this might be the only spreadsheet I do today. I'm getting tired, man. And no one's commenting, so it'd be good to turn on the TV and relax, and work on these spreadsheets tonight when I'm watching TV again. I'm tired. That's what it is. I mean, I should be way sleepy, but everyone's like, oh, well, you're a good little girl and you're a good list. It's like, maybe a good little girl, but still, I'm just tired. And that neighbor is fucking pissing me off to the point where I'm about to fucking complain. Oh, look at my little booner. My booner's a good little booner, you know that? And one more inch. Oh, no, 2 more inches. Sorry. I'm just tired. You guys can see that, I bet. There you go. 9 to go, and I'm tired. The only reason I'm tired is no comments. So, there you go. So I'll count out this round. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I had 12 to do. Now I'm down to 11. All right, I can do those. Get up. I can have more energy than not getting up, So, anyways, with Hannah not messaging, I'm out. I'll message her about tonight. So, she just emailed me, I bet. Hold on. Anyways, Santana's not in yet, so I'm gonna go leave. So please add, subscribe, please post comments, leave feedback, suggestions, hit the like, subscribe button, so some fun for even for your family, including your dogs, cats, bunnies, and service dogs. Thanks for watching, everyone, and God bless you in everything you do.